welcome back to my channel. This is J Max Reacts. Tonight I'm watching a video about Tre Melvin that says, "Dear homophobic black men." Shout out to Marcel for this recommendation. Let's see what happens.
I am going to piss off a lot of fragile men with this video.
Uh-oh.
Can't wait. So I actually wrote the concept for this video a little over a year ago, July of 2016, when Tre Melvin, a black activist who just so happens to be gay and one of the best known voices for the Black Lives Matter movement, was arrested while protesting in Baton Rouge. I never got around to actually recording this video as I was so incredibly emotional around that time. And my erratic emotion specifically stemmed from the overwhelmingly negative response to Tre's arrest from straight black men. So I figured I would put the topic on the back burner and return to it when I was ready. I am ready.
Okay. Always somebody like this. Hold on, wait, what? Wait. Shit, some of y'all are the softest motherfuckers on the planet and got the nerve to be talking about gay men. It's always one of y'all.
Dear homophobic, heterosexual black men. You know what, scratch that. I'd also like to send a carbon copy to homophobic, homosexual black men. And another carbon copy to homophobic, insert sexuality here, black men. Because let's be honest, y'all exist. Y'all can throw around faggot this, faggot that as many times as you want during your football practices and in your study halls. But a select few of us know what a select few of you are really doing with your niggas after you bust out that 2K17. Or at least what a select few of you low-key want to do. But don't you worry, your secret's safe with me. Dear homophobic black men. A black man dedicates his life to the continued emancipation of black people as a whole. Did you have the audacity to belittle, to doubt, to diminish, to discredit, to question, to shame his work, to shame his potential because he's gay? First and foremost, can we please dead the idea that every single man's sexuality directly correlates with their masculinity? A person's sexuality is just that, their sexuality. Nothing more, nothing less. A gay man could be gay as shit, busting booty cheeks wide open, gargling balls from the back, and you never know different. A man could be society's definition. He could be your definition of a macho, masculine male and still be sexually attracted to other men. And there are straight men, such as yourselves, who behave like bitches. And by bitches, I don't mean women. I mean bitches. But we'll come back and elaborate on your bitch-like mannerisms in a second. Second of all, what the fuck does masculinity have to do with the Black Lives Matter movement? What does masculinity have to do with any of the movements that have kept your black asses alive and in good health? What the fuck even is the definition of masculinity? Let's see. Masculinity, possession of qualities traditionally associated with men. Ha. Interesting. So y'all want a leader who possesses masculine qualities. Y'all want a straight black male frontrunner to lead y'all niggas to liberty. Is that so? Well, where does that leave Rosa? Who saw to it that y'all black asses ain't sitting at the back of the bus? Where does that leave Harriet? Who saw to it that your black asses ain't picking cotton? Where does that leave Ella Baker and Josephine Baker and Daisy Bates and Mary Bethune and Elaine Brown and Shirley Chisholm and Anna Cooper and Nina Simone and Sojourner Truth and Madam C.J. Walker and so on and so forth and so forth? You have the privilege and the audacity to sit on your lazy black asses at home and complain about your lack of a straight black leader, your lack of a masculine leader, when it was Tre Melvin's gay black ass masculinity that got him out of his house and into these streets.
And it was consistently women in the past that made changes, in addition to some men, but it was always a woman doing this shit when you were somewhere scared, trying to just live a life of toxic fuckery.
The audacity to sit on your lazy black asses and complain about the black women who support Tre, when it was their femininity that got them out of their homes and into these streets, fighting and risking their lives for our liberation, for the liberation of your black ass mothers. and your black ass fathers, and your black ass sons, and your black ass daughters, and your black ass sisters, and your black ass brothers. For your black ass. They're fighting for you. Black women are carrying you on their backs, protecting you. The shit that we as black men are supposed to be doing for them. The weights that we should be carrying for us, for our community. You don't sit back and let black women and gay black men and straight non-homophobic black men and white women and so on and so forth and so forth carry your weight, because one of the loudest, proudest, bravest, most prominent voices of our movement, of our deliverance is gay.
Nope.
DeRay McKesson ain't the bitch. DeRay McKesson ain't the one lacking masculinity. You motherfuckers are lacking masculinity. You straight homophobic black men are the ones lacking masculinity. How you gonna argue that you refuse to support DeRay, and more importantly, the Black Lives Matter movement as a whole, simply because you want a straight black male to lead the way? Y'all straight black men? Ain't you? And what the fuck are you doing to lead the way? Talking about it's hard for y'all to take instructions from a gay black male. Seeing as sexuality plays such a large role in all of this, which one of the following are you afraid of? One, that he gonna want to fuck you, or two, that you gonna want to fuck him. And ain't none of us trying to fuck none of you.
Exactly.
What's the real tea? Y'all don't even realize that your blatant, hateful, unjustified homophobia does nothing more than reveal just how weak and fragile and breakable your masculinity really is.
Bitches, we don't want you. Never did.
By the way, is a product of white supremacy, in case you were unaware. Your fragile black male insecurity is a product of white supremacy's emasculation of black men and its twisted construction of black masculinity as inherently violent, predatory, dangerous, and disposable. So long story short, whenever you display your homophobia, thus displaying your fragile masculinity, just remember that you are swallowing the white man's nut every time, every single time. Just gargling his balls like, spank me, daddy. We can save that conversation for another day, as I'm sure you're already bald enough. DeRay ain't asking you to get on all fours and spread your asshole, nigga. DeRay ain't asking you to open your mouth and swallow his nutsack, nigga. DeRay is asking you to stand up like the man that you claim he isn't and fight. He ain't gotta be out here spreading awareness and running for mayor and educating and raising money and marching peacefully in these streets in an effort to produce true change in our community, in an effort to protect us, to protect you, to keep you safe, and your family safe, and your children safe, and your future children safer. He ain't gotta do none of that shit, but he does. Because even if you don't love him, he loves you. And he loves himself. And he loves black lives. And you don't even love black lives enough to put aside your hate and your misunderstanding and your misinterpretation and your miscalculation and your miseducation of homosexuality. You know what? Y'all worse than white America. White America ain't gotta love us. Loving us and loving all people would make them decent human beings, yes, but they ain't gotta love us. They can't empathize with us. They ain't gotta try to understand where we're coming from. They don't have to try to comprehend their privilege or the struggles we face or the adverse effects of systematic and institutional racism. They can completely ignore it and sleep just fine and wake up the next day completely unaffected. It'll make them garbage-ass human beings for it, but they have the privilege to be garbage-ass human beings. You do not. Our struggle is your struggle. Our oppression is your oppression. You could also easily become victim to the system. You could also easily become the next hashtag. Yet somehow you are still able to separate yourselves from the Black Lives Matter movement, from the complete liberation of our people, because DeRay McKesson, along with a plethora of other activists, is gay. And because DeRay McKesson is human enough, compassionate enough to comprehend and fight for the simple, humane idea that if we are going to fight for black lives, if we are going to fight for the liberation and the equality of black lives, if we are going to fight for the protection of black lives, then we must fight for the liberation and equality and protection of all black lives, not just straight ones. One simply cannot argue that Black Lives Matter and in the same breath pick and choose which Black Lives Matter. Black straight lives matter. Black gay lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Black queer lives matter. All black lives matter. Let me fill you in on a little secret. If you were a homophobic black man when you began watching this video, and you are still a homophobic black man at the conclusion of this video, every single black woman out here protesting in these streets for your safety, every single black feminist that y'all seem to hate so much has more balls than you. Every single human being, male, female, black, white, Asian, Latin, etc., out here protesting in these streets for your safety has more balls than you. Plot twist, DeRay McKesson has more balls than you. Funny, ain't it? His masculinity, as if it has anything to do with this movement, does not make you any more masculine. Screaming fag this, body man that does not make you any more masculine. Being a hateful, homophobic asshole does not make you a man. Like, respecting people, whether you like them or not, whether you agree with them or not, whether you understand them or not, makes you a man. Interestingly enough, it actually also makes you a woman. You know what? It really just makes you a decent fucking human being. It's almost as if gender means absolutely nothing in this argument. Just saying as being a man is so fucking important to you bitch-made ass niggas. DeRay McKesson is more of a man than any of you ever were. But you can change that. We can change that. I love you. Each and every one of you. You may be horrible, hateful, homophobic bitch niggas, but I still love you. I wouldn't have spent my valuable time on this video had I not loved you. And I will fight for you too. I will fight for the security of your blackness too. I've been fighting for you and the security of your blackness. Whether or not you care about mine, whether you realize it or not, we are a family. We are a community, and a strong one at that. And we need each other now more than ever. We cannot and we will not move forward. We cannot progress hating each other, regardless of whether or not you understand someone. I just want to know how hating them helps, how judging them helps, like at all. We got this. I know it. I can feel it. We can win this, but we will never win this arguing over which black lives deserve to live and which black lives deserve to die.
That is the word right there. You have anything else in there? No. Okay, that was a good one. Super good one. Definitely agree with any and everything he said in there. I don't really have much to add to it, except he is right. Y'all some bitch ass niggas who just feel how y'all feel about people because of what you think is different or what you think is wrong. And it's like, the man was doing far more than you would ever do, and a lot of y'all ever do. And aside from that, I do want to just get this stigma. Just because a man is gay, he don't want your ass. He do not want you. Like, that shit is like irritating as fuck. It's like, don't nobody want you. Women don't even want you, and you got the nerve to think gay men want you. Like, just go find you something to do with your life. Go find you 2K or something, hide in like a hole in the wall, and let everybody else do what they need to do in their life. But sorry, that's my rant on that one. I really align with that, because that's the thing I hear commonly when men are like, I don't, you know, I'm cool with him, but I don't fuck with him. I don't want him to think he don't want you. He don't. He don't want you. You can't get a woman's number. What make you think a gay man looking at you? Like, go find you something to do. Fuck you and every other bitch ass nigga out there that thinks like this. Like, you just need to, like, fall into a black hole or something, you know. Sorry to be negative like that, but that's really how you be feeling about it a lot of the times. Shout out to Tre Melvin. I love everything that he does with his platform, everything that he stands for. And yeah, you know, I don't have much anything else to say about that, but let me know your thoughts on it below. Comment, like, subscribe. Until next time, peace.